Hey, this is Mike on the trail again, specifically the PCT. Today's date is January 31st, last day of January 2018, and I hope you enjoyed the video and the music at the start. My plan today is to show you another section of the PCT that might interest you and possible water sources. If you saw the start this morning, I started at 6:45 a.m. and I started at mile marker 59.6, which is Sunrise Trailhead, and I actually headed southbound, so the opposite way most people go. And it's about from where the Sunrise Trailhead is, and where I'll show you at the end. We're going to hike back to my car. I'll show you where there's possible water there too. You have to hike about 0.4 miles to connect to the PCT, and then it was 7 miles here, so a little over almost 7.5 miles. So when I'm done today, it'll be 15 miles. But so I went southbound. I just showed you how pretty it was this morning. I'll show you more going northbound, so you can kind of see what it really looks like, you know, when you're actually hiking the PCT. It was kind of gradually, mostly uphill all the way here. So what's great is going northbound. There's a couple, you know, kind of ups and downs, but for the most part, it'll be gradually downhill. So this next 7-mile section is actually pretty easy, and the views are just amazing, which I'll show you going back. In a minute here, I will actually show you the picnic area here. I don't know if it shows up in the video back here, but I'll walk around the picnic area here just a minute, and it has 2 pit toilets. I just used it, and it has some toilet paper in there. And there's fire pits. I've been here a lot, and in the past there were signs on all the fire pits saying no fires, but they're gone. So I don't know if that means, you know, you can do fires, but it'd be kind of cool if you did stay here overnight, if this was your stopping area to do a fire. But I would just look here, look for the signboards and find out whether fires are permitted here or not. As you leave here, I'll show you, but there's a possible water source. It's kind of touched base. I would also check, water is really important. You may know this already, but I use the Guthooks app, and people update when you click on the icon for this picnic area. There's people that put in current water comments of whether was or was not water, so check that. I think pctwater.com is the best site there is, and you want to always, that's really up to date. And as hikers go through, like right ahead of you during the PCT, they will comment what they found, how much water, whether it was a good source or not. So definitely do that. And when you're doing the actual through hike, if you do a through hike, make sure you save that to your phone so you have that. Anyway, so I'm gonna eat my lunch real quick. I'm taking a quick break because I just did the 7.5 miles, and then I'll show you this area and we'll head back north. All right, so as you come into Pioneer Mail picnic area, you're coming in down there, it's hard to see what my finger is, but the entrance to this little picnic area is right there. And you can see the trail is like right next to me here. Kind of comes right through here. And there's 2 pit toilets, and there's fire pits and tables. It's January 31st, like I said, so it's pretty dry right now. We haven't had much rain this year. Hopefully it'll be greener, and trees will have leaves in the spring when you're coming through, if you're doing the PCT. So as you leave Pioneer Mail, you have the signage here. So I look up for the fire situation and all that, whether you can have fires or not. And then here's possible water. I was reading the Guthooks app, and I haven't looked at the PCT water report, but as of just a week or 2 ago, they said it was bone dry, nothing here. And somebody put that they did put some water in here, but there are sometimes water caches, but of course you never count on them. But some people stash water here for you guys. There happens to be water in there. Doesn't look super great, but there's water there. But what I like is this is on. So as of January 31st, 2018, there's water here. Remember, this is kind of like off and on, so I would just keep checking the water reports before you count on it or not. Anyway, that water you definitely have to filter even coming out of the pipe, and that's what the notes say. But back there is Pioneer Mail. Starting to see these dramatic views. We're going uphill right now. It's one of the few uphill parts, like I said. But some interesting things up here at the top. Very steep view when we get up here, and unusual rocks too. As we get a little higher, see how amazing the view is. And it's pretty steep drop off down here. Love the color of these rocks. I'm seeing a lot of graffiti, which I'm really not liking. That's a huge no-no, but you can imagine
It's a party place where people come out and drink, probably teenagers, and it's pretty close to the road, and the view's amazing, so that's probably what happens out here. As we go up this hill, I'll show you this amazing view. I love the steep mountains on the right here. It's very straight down. A little more view. As I look backwards past Pioneer Mail, I'm seeing like something that looks like a fire, so hopefully it's just a controlled burn for wood. They do that sometimes out here, I've seen it, but I never want to see that. So yeah, I hope it's nothing serious. Just incredible views as you leave. I'm about half a mile past all those rocks in that area, and so you can still see those big steep cliffs. Still a lot of smoke over there, and it's getting bigger in size, so that's not good. Hope it's not something serious. Just panning across this amazing place. When you look, as far as you can see, there's nothing, but there is a unusual, like a, I don't know if it's a ranch or what it is, but they're out there by themselves. Talk about privacy. But I was going to show you just what I'm looking at. Just amazing views. The trail's beautiful. Look at the rocks there. And I don't know if you can see it, but way down there I can see San Jacinto and snow on the top of the mountain. I think it may show up. I can't tell, and I'm in the sun right now, but that's Mount San Jacinto, which if you're through hiking, it's the mountain you'll go over. So we've got about 2 or 3 more miles to go till I'm back at Sunrise Trailhead, but I'm a little worried. Where I was showing you earlier, that's a very large mountain that I've come over and down, and that's the fire that I saw earlier in Mount Laguna. Now that smoke is bigger, way bigger, and it's very tall, because when I was on the other side of that mountain, it was down in a ravine where the fire started, so that smoke is higher than that big mountain right there. And I know it doesn't look as big in the video, but it is a big mountain. So I'm a little worried. I'm hoping it's not getting anywhere near the town or, you know, where the trail goes through, and I hope everybody's okay. Okay, so I've just come down this small hill. Still amazing view. I'm now at the split on the trail, so I'm at mile marker 59.6, which is your choice of either continuing on the PCT or turning left and taking about a 0.3 mile exit over to Sunrise Trailhead, which I'll show you. And oh, it's 0.25, but you can see right here, going to the PCT, straight ahead, or you turn left, and possible water. Also a great camping spot. I've stayed over here, and I'll show you when we get over there. Possible water, like I said, no guarantees. Make sure you're checking your water reports and your gut hook apps for latest reports on whether there's water in the there's a tank and a like a trough. So I've come that 0.3 miles, little side jaunt. It was very easy, very flat, over to Sunrise Highway. This is Sunrise Trailhead. Great place to camp. I've camped here many times. Oh, they have horse corrals and horse stalls, but see there, saw a lot of horse prints, hoof prints. Well, it's just hiking, so they must have gone for a little short hike. But anyway, there is a you guys, there's a sit-down pit toilets here. They're very clean. At least when I used them earlier today, they're very clean. And it's the Sunrise Highway, goes into Mount Laguna. Julian is that way, and Mount Laguna is that way. Okay, so here's where the possible water source is, and I'll show you that in a minute. Last time I looked on gut hooks, it said it was dry right now, but there's this weird metal ball that's here. Nobody knows what really it is. There's a solar pump in the water tank. This is where you would camp, and really good semi-flat area to set camp if you want to camp for the night. This is at the Sunrise Trailhead. I will give you a fair warning. I've been here 4 or 5 times, and it gets For some reason, I've yet to be here when it's calm. It can get super windy here. It's kind of where I'm aiming right now with the camera. It's kind of a wind tunnel. Not always, but I either set it behind this tank or I've actually set it behind this big metal ball and just try to help with the windbreak. So let's look and see if there's water. Switches. I don't think there's waters in the tank right now, but normally when I've come out here, and there's no guarantees, I'm telling you that right now, so check the water report, but when I've been out here during the PCT season, when I've hiked just personally, even section hiked, there's been water. A lot of times the water trough down here, and this feeds this trough down here. There's also a water spigot here too that sometimes is on. You can see bone dry right now, and oh, there is some water. So obviously everything here you want to filter, but maybe they're getting ready because this is really for horses here because of all the horse stuff here, but and the water can get a little murky looking, but it's water. And you won't have any water till another 18 miles to Scissors Crossing, so this may be where you need to get it. Every once in a while I've seen little water caches, like a few gallons of water, but once again, don't count on it. But anyway, that's the possible water source, and like I said, check gut hooks and check the PCT water report. All right, that's it for this hike. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and I really enjoyed sharing it with you. And as normal, please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy these kind of videos, and hit the like button. And I'll see you down the trail.